Welcome to Ravens Over. Please go to my channel, also hit the notification bell, like this video, and share. Welcome to the 10th edition of Conversation. Conversation is when you have a conversation about different things that bother you within our life and within our living. Today's conversation is about trans versus cross-dressers. Now, there is an issue when it comes down to their untimely death, departure from this world when they get the flowers. What do we do? Because everybody who passed away is not trans. And I feel as though it's a conversation need to be had, because when they do report these stories, is it Trans Lives Matter or is it just RIP? Get your coffee and comment below. Let's have the conversation. I created this channel for people with different support those who support you. There's a PayPal on top.
People
Remember
murdered.
one thing, there are a lot of times people can't stand in the truth, but you find one that does support them. Make sure they do not fall within a marginalized community as not being in existence. And you know that there are hard to find people that create a channel that cater to people who are different and stand in the truth. And the allies sit back and say, well, I have no problem with other people. Let me just stand in here to learn something.
Support those
no judgment
who support you.
I love you.
Stand in your truth.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Conversation. It is now 7:15. Here we go. Now, you know, when I come down to talk to you about different things, I want to talk about one that's been bothering me, which I've played on before. Well, not played on, but I had a conversation with it before. And that is reporting death stories on two-spirit women versus cross-dressers. Now, cross-dressers could come a lot of ways, the same way two-spirit women could come. But cross-dressers are the one, I'm just going to give you a little idea. It's not set in stone. It can go all the way across the board. Cross-dressers could be people who live their life as straight people, but dress up like a girl. What would you do? There is a gray area. Trans, gay, gender non-conforming. There are so many different things out here, and we really don't know how they pass away, how they live in their real life, because at the end of the day, they have gotten their flowers. Now we have people that, you know, don't live the life that we think. Now we have people like Wesley Snipes. He was dressed as a woman for a role, but at the end of the day, he went off back and being a man. There also was Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star lived his life as a man, lives as a man all the time, but he dresses like a woman. Dennis Rodman does the same thing. He lives as a man, but he dresses like a woman. Madea dresses like a woman, but lives as a man. And we have the other person that speaks out there as far as Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, if he passed away as a girl, we say, oh, that's my sister, she passed away. But no, she's not your sister. She lived her life as a cisgender man. It is confusing. Let's have the conversation about that. When they hang out with their friends on the weekends, have a full wife or full family at home, those are cross-dressers. Also, cross-dressers may find this fun. It's just entertaining to them to dress like a girl, but they're not transitioning. They're just like dressing like a female versus being a man. Prime example, Jeffree, non-conforming, gay man. Basically could pull a man. They said he been with a lot of men. I really don't follow him, but at the end of the day, it's a scandal going on about him, about another woman. Basically, he got this model. They found out who the model was, and they found that the model, ex-girlfriend, but they're trying to make more story. This says, tell me what I've done to you, tell what, why, money, because I could work harder to make our life better. I was your ride and die. I could do anything to save our relationship, anything. And at the end of the day, he was forced to be with a woman, because at the end of the day, he was secretly gay, my personal opinion. People saying he's gay for pay, but at the end of the day, that much pay in the world for another man to sleep with another man at the end of the day, unless that's what he wanted to do. And I realize, I feel like that when it comes to this, and when a mother or parents push your child to be straight and to do things for them, when they finally becomes who they are, they don't care who they hurt. I did this song about it yesterday, and I talked about the whole thing I call the mother's sin. And this is what happens when you push a child to be something that they're not. The woman always suffered. Now he's with a cross-dresser, a gender non-conforming man. Then you have the trans women out here who are certified. When I say certified, that means they are hormones or no hormones and getting the body work done. And they name change, what they could afford or not. You know, they're really doing the whole thing. There's no flip-flop. There's not no one day girl, one day boy. And this is the problem we have with cross-dressers versus trans women. And God forbid, one get murdered. Now, when a cross-dresser is murdered, or killed, or died, natural causes, it doesn't have to be woman. it's reported she was trans. Let's make some coffee. This is going to be a long conversation. Okay? Get your coffee and tea juice together. Let's have the conversation. Comment below. The gray area. How would you know the difference? Nice and hot, y'all. Who is the cross-dresser? Who is the trans woman? They both passed on. Today's coffee choice. Comment below. How do you handle the situation? Taster's Choice coffee. I don't know if you like coffee, but this is Taster's coffee. Taster's Choice. Okay. Let's continue the conversation. So, this is the problem we have when we're talking in reference to, you know, cross-dressers versus trans women dying, expiring, passing over. I'm not going to say that in stone, in other words, to make it be like, okay, if they were murdered, they were killed. I'm not going to say that. But we do know the girls get murdered, but we know people die differently. Okay. Now this is the thing. We know cross-dressers don't live 24/7 as a woman. We know two-spirit women sometimes don't live 24/7 as a woman. If you didn't know that, yeah, they don't. One thing you have to understand, nothing is set in stone. No one follows rules. People make their own rules as they go. Sometimes people just can't be two-spirit all the time. They have to hide their identity. Some people say, well, that's of course just... No, sometimes it just can't. It doesn't make them any less than. It's just in the situation at that moment, they couldn't do it. Unless you're far advanced, like me, myself. I'm too far advanced to flip-flop. I have no choice but to keep going forward. Because I've gotten, you know, when you've gone way beyond the Call of Duty, you already know. So the thing is, the cross-dresser has two profiles. And the funny thing about that, a lot of trans women have two profiles. And somebody said, well, what do you trans women do to her? Because some, like I said before, some of them are not 24/7. They are transgender, but they're not 24/7. They live as a woman online. Pictures and everything. But they're not full-time. In our knowledge. But on our knowledge, by there being profiles of theirs, trans women, we thinking they're 24/7. And they're not. It's just for online. That's why when it comes time for them expiring, I'll just say getting the flowers, because that expires probably. When it's time for trans women to get their flowers, and when I say that, that means the man above. So some people don't say, what do you mean flowers? So when I say flowers, that means for the girls who passed on. And when I say flowers for the cross-dressers, that means passed on. So when it comes time for the trans woman to get her flowers, she has a profile as a boy, as well as a girl. Now the family and friends only know her as the boy. And everybody's waiting for the boy to come home. And she's gotten her flowers as the girl. Now when we do these videos in reference to the murder or passing away, whatever the case may be, expiring, we're sending out video as the girl. We're chasing the killers as the girl. We're sending up RIP as the girl. The family and friends are saying someone passed on. They don't know this person. They know this person totally different. And y'all know a lot of us look different out our makeups and hair and wigs and, you know. So they don't know that person. And also that person was real masculine, acting in, you know, versus what they showed. So it becomes very problematic in a great area there. Then you have the cross-dresser, who dresses like a girl just for fun. He doesn't take it seriously, it's just fun, it's play. You know, entertainment. He'll do a video, do a blog and everything, and he's dressing like a girl, but that's not what he is. He takes it all off when the blog is off, or when he goes to the party. He takes it all off in return to being a man. Now, the one thing about this one, he has two profiles. One of them is a girl, one of them is a boy. You get what I'm trying to say? How confusing this is? So, he has a profile as a boy. He got whole pictures of him a boy. He hair school, all the things, but he's a gay boy. And hair school and all that. Now his cross-dresser that is a straight man. None of that stuff up there in his profile. None of it. The only profile he got is a girl. Now the straight man profile, who cross-dresses, businessman, lawyer, doctor, used to know his masters and degrees and stuff, of a cisgender man. But that's not what he is. He's a cross-dresser. So now we understand why the cops are so confused with all of us going on. And when it comes time for them to get their flowers, we're saying, you killed one of our sisters. The family's saying, that was not one of your sisters. And we're looking at this person, hair, makeup, and everything is a girl. We said, well, the family didn't agree with them. That's why they're attacking the person, because they didn't agree with them. But the family was right. They were not trans. They just dressed her like a girl. Because it was fun entertainment to them. To us, it's not fun entertainment, because we're literally losing our lives over it. So there is a gray area and plenty of confusion. See, I'll go deeper. Some trans women don't get their name changed. Just like the cross-dresser is not going to get their name changed. Some trans women can't afford to get their name changed. Just like some cross-dressers ain't trying to. When a trans woman get her flowers, has a boy name, she may not have had a wig on that day. She may not have had nails on that day. She just may have went outside, put a scarf on her head, just like a cisgender female, a scarf on her head, and walked out the door. And something happened. She got her flowers. Now when the cops come and the ambulance come, they're looking at a full-blown cisgender male that's expired. Then, by us not knowing how she was found, we knew her as our sister. Because she was found in the cisgender world. We only knew her as a two-spirit woman. Confused yet? Oh yes. And this is the problem of the gray area that we have. Everybody's not trans. There are cross-dressers out here. They're living a life the same way. And when I say this, I'm not saying every trans, every cross-dresser, you know. But they're living a life the same way of a trans woman and a cis man. And a cross-dresser will never really understand what a trans woman goes through when she takes it off in return to being a boy. She'll never understand. She'll also be the same one as saying, they're not real women, they just got mental issues. She'll be the one saying that too. And remind you, she has a blonde wig and everything in her bag too. But she's not going to say that because all you see is a man. Until she's caught. But my question to you is, how do you handle that gray area? I'm up for any type of opinion. Hey Raven, guess what you could do? Or because remember one thing, nothing is set in stone. Nothing goes a certain way. Trans women sometimes takes it all off and go to bed, put a scarf on their head, ain't got nothing on her that says woman when everything is undone. Now remember, all trans women don't got trans women bodies. Some don't got their regular bodies. Does it make her less of a woman? Absolutely not. But when it comes time for her to get her flowers, so how are the police supposed to know? How are we supposed to know? It's my question to you. There is a gray area. And there's something like, well, don't give out their dead names. You have to give out their dead names. Because your sister may not live with your sister 24/7. She had a whole nother life as a boy. So those sides of the family and friends need to know their family and friends passed on. So I said, well, it's the only reason why I don't think you should give out their names is when she fully transitioned, and it is her ID says girl, it says F. That's respected. Giving her respect. She did the work, and her getting her flowers. Don't disrespect her like that. But when it comes to a cross-dresser, and that's the gray area once again, like I said, all trans women don't have an F and didn't change their name. She deserves her respect as well. But suppose she wasn't living in 24/7 versus a cross-dresser who looked at it as fun, entertainment, drag shows, lip singing, da-da-da. And at the end of the day, when they both pass, how are you supposed to know the difference? Something to think about. My conversation to you would be, that is my question to you in this conversation. How would you handle this? Two people, two genders, well, not just two, but you know what I mean, cross and trans, two-spirit women pass on. How do you tell the difference? I hope y'all watched this video and heard me out clearly, and please, I hope y'all not confusing you, but there is a gray area when it comes time for death. The cops don't know. We really don't know. The family be telling us they wasn't trans. We feel like they just didn't accept them, but the family could be literally right that they wasn't trans, that it was just a costume to them, and not full-time. It is a lot of confusion. But it's a conversation you need to have. Comment below how you will handle this. Give me your thoughts. Your opinion is needed. Have a safe and blessed day. And I love you. And I thank you for watching. And share this video and comment below, please. I'm always making conversation where you have a safe platform where you can share your thoughts and views. I love you and thank you for watching. Kiss the ring. Alright, now subscribe to my channel. At the top there's the Instagram button. You follow me, I'll follow you back. What would you do? Now you have to understand there are trans people, there are two-spirit people, they're gender non-conforming. They're passed on. We can't ask them who they was. They're going to share the truth or the story. Is it a trans woman murder? It's just a person that just passed away that happened to be in drag. We don't know. How would you handle this situation? Comment below. Share this video where you can. I'll let you. I love you and thank you for watching. Kiss the Reed. Be safe out there.